And that's a big stop. Who is that with that tackle? That's Caleb Duncan on the tackle.
Duncan on that tackle.
Yeah, he comes in from the linebacker position on Bryant, and it's going to be will be a 1-yard gain, 2nd and 9.
Yeah, Caleb was awful close to scoring that touchdown, just inches away from scoring that touchdown for Kennett on the last drive.
Caleb, one of the leaders, a junior leader on the team, and good baseball player too.
I've heard his name a few times. Like I said, officiating last year, I remember seeing him out there. He's a great kid too.
Good kid. All right, here's the pitch. Now this time it's going to be Jamonte Alexander, and look at him go.
He's turned the wheels on, and that's for sure.
He has got one man to beat. He breaks inside.
He beat him, and he's going to be a touchdown. He can just walk into the end zone on that one.
Well, did he? He got in.
They're going to call him in.
Hey, that was some kind of highlight run. I'm telling you.
That was a good run, and it was great blocking by a senior, Jackson Hunter. He stayed with Alexander all the way down the field and just pushed out whoever was in his way.
That run goes for 64 yards and the touchdown, and Caruthersville retakes the lead 13-12. He made a couple moves on that run that were highlight reel worthy.
That's right. It mimicked an awful lot of like his first run of the ball game that he broke for 56 yards.
Here goes the kick again, and I'm telling you what, he's a nice kicker. That's number 50, Jermaine Caruthers. And Caruthersville takes the lead back, 14-12 with 10:35 to go in the second quarter. Folks, this is a great game, and glad you're here with us on A-Court Media.
We'll take this time to mention a couple of the events that A-Corps is sponsoring coming up, our sports that they're going to be broadcasting. They're proud to bring you a full schedule of high school football and volleyball this fall. We're wrapping up a very busy week, 3 volleyball matches and tonight's football game. Next week, we will again have a full week of high school sports. On Monday, the 18th, we'll be at Gideon for volleyball as the Bulldogs host defending Class 1 state champions, the Holcomb Hornets. Correction, the Hornets of Advance. On Tuesday, the 19th, we'll travel to Portageville, where the high-flying Bulldog volleyball team will host the Caruthersville from Portageville, as the powerful Bulldogs host the Charleston Blue Jays. As you can see, we have some great games on our schedule, so be sure to join us for all the live action right here on A-Corps Sports.
It's been really cool to see the volleyball games that A-Corp has kind of incorporated into their mix, and so that's great for all these schools.
It gets the student athletes a lot of recognition when they wouldn't get it otherwise. So I'm glad A-Corps has incorporated all that and get them some recognition that they deserve. And there's a flag coming in. Got to be a late hit, unsportsmanlike conduct maybe. There's like a lot of extracurricular going on there.
Pretty chippy there. Ashton Dismukes with the return. That was about a 20-yard return. But, yeah, number 10 from Kennett there, that was Kylan Henson, and he kind of got tossed by Caruthersville, and actually they're going to call the personal foul on him.
Yeah, they got a personal foul. I don't know if it's going to – he didn't signal for an unsportsmanlike conduct, so maybe they're just going to throw a personal foul for a little extracurricular. But he's definitely got to watch that. Yeah,
and Henson interestingly enough, he was the one that got kind of tossed around there, so it must have happened before we saw that.
That's right.
But, boy, those kinds of penalties hurt in a close game like this.
They do.
So Kennett will start at their own, looks like 17-yard line, 1st and 10.
17-yard line.
10 minutes, 26 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Kennett trails Caruthersville 14-12.
Just got another score update. Second quarter, Scott City and Portageville. As we mentioned earlier, we'll have Portageville-Charleston action next week at Portageville. And Portageville's winning that game 29-6 in the second quarter with 7 minutes left.
Hey, I'm not surprised. Portageville, they've had a run here the last few years of good athletes in all sports.
They do.
And I think they're a team to be contended with in that class, in the districts and beyond.
That's right.
4-yard gain there by Pittman as he runs down up the left-hand side. And it'll be 2nd and 6. On the left hash mark, 3 receivers out wide. Pittman in the backfield.
3 out wide. Got Alexander kind of playing outside backer, DB.
lots of time, but he is going to throw it over here to the cheerleaders. That's if you're going to throw it away, throw it to the cheerleaders.
That's right. You're going to get your ball back and keep it on your sideline.
Yeah. He missed the cheerleader by a foot, so a little stronger throw. And
she was waiting for it, too. She had her hands out like she was fixing to catch that pass.
Yeah. Again, safe call. I'm actually a little surprised he wasn't outside the markers there, the tackles, and could that have been a grounding?
Yeah, you're getting awful close. Kind of in a gray area there when it comes to intentional grounding. Looks like we're going to have another flag. It's going to be a false start on Kennett.
Yeah, it looked like the left tackle might have jumped just a little quick there. Now it's going to set up 3rd and 11, and Coach Webster's not going to like this. What penalty do they like? We say that. They don't like any penalties.
You know, Matt, we might have jinxed them when we said they've been pretty penalty-free. Now they've come out with, I think this is 3 so far this drive.
Yeah, started the drive with the personal foul, and we've kind of gone backwards ever since. 3rd and 11.
It's kind of getting off the game. I just saw the fire in the ambulance. Both ambulances have left the game in the fire truck, and they're leaving out pretty hot. So whatever's going on, we sure do pray for whoever that is that's involved in that and those first responders that's responding to that.
Absolutely. He's looking deep for the throw, and he will make the completion.
He got the catch. Oh, he's calling him incomplete. Maybe a knee was down when he caught it.
Well, a knee would be okay to be down if he may have trapped the ball.
He could have trapped it.
Yeah.
They've got a flag in the backfield now too.
Yeah, that's probably going to be on Kennett.
Looks like he's going over to talk to Caruthersville, so good indication that's Kennett.
That'll most likely be declined and force a punt. Pass would have been good for a first down. Illegal receiver downfield, is that right?
Ineligible receiver. Yep, ineligible receiver. It's going to be declined. It's going to force Kennett to punt.
4th down and 11.
And ineligible receiver downfield. I mean, that lineman just got a little too deep. I mean, he could have just been a yard too deep and not realizing it, and it just kind of throws off everything you got there.
I don't know if you've noticed, but they look like they were going for it on 4th and 11 at their own 17-yard line. Maybe this may be a punt.
It's very risky. We got a flag down. It's going to be a dead ball. Probably illegal procedure.
Well, the shift was on the guy in the backfield. That was on Pittman.
Yeah, he's called an illegal procedure on Pittman on that one.
I'm beginning to think this area over here is just a flag magnet because Caruthersville had a bunch of flags in the first quarter, and now the Kennett is. So look, we can do that as good as you do, Caruthersville.
That's right. You've got to be almost willing to bet Coach Webster's not going to risk going for this here. You would think he's going to punt it, but
yeah, that's going to be a punt.
He's backing up. Yeah, he's backing up now. Got Alexander back to receive.
That is DJ Jones, the quarterback. That's going to get a favorable bounce. It's not going to make it to midfield. It's going to stop at the 47-yard line, where Caruthersville will have wonderful field position, leading 14-12 with 9:16 left to go in the second quarter. We will be back.
First State Bank and Trust is more than just products and services. We're there for you for your first paycheck, buying a home, opening a small business, starting a family, or planning to retire, and everything in between. We're the local bank you know and trust for all of your financial needs. Visit fsbtrust.com or stop by your local First State Bank and Trust to explore all of your financial options.
All right, Caruthersville takes over again, and they're not wasting any time. Jamonte Alexander took the direct snap. He makes four defenders miss on his way to a 21-yard gain around the left-hand side.
He's going to be brought down by Jack Morrison, who more than likely saved the touchdown there. I do have another score update for the area. New Madrid County Central is leading Donovan 36-0 at the end of the first quarter, Matt.
Donovan I applaud them for putting together a football team and meeting all this good competition, and let's hope over the years they continue to build and grow with that.
Yeah, I've had the privilege of doing a few games up there for them, and they've got a great school system, great kids, just a very young program.
Sure. That's Avion Motton. He was brought down for a 3-yard loss by Jamiko Tolliver. That's two pretty big tackles that Tolliver has made in the game. So that's going to be 2nd and 14. I said
2nd down and 14.
I said 3-yard loss, like a 4-yard loss. You know, I mean, I'm just an average football fan, but if I was the coach, I'd have Alexander touch it every play.
Every play, yeah. If he loses 2 yards, he's gaining 5.
Yeah.
So you can't lose with the kid. It looks like it's going to be Ryan Guest back, going to take the snap with this one.
And actually, they handed off again to Bryant. And
Sammy Bryant. He's fighting for everything he got.
Yeah, he got 1 yard out of the deal, and they send Alexander down the field.
Tackle for Kennett.
Is that Duncan? I think Duncan maybe 23.
Yes.
Caleb Duncan brought him down on that one.
Yeah, 3rd and 13. Different looking character.
He is. He's a very, very fast and physical, and I knew if he ever got the ball in his hands that they were going to have a hard time stopping him.
You see now he's going to be taking the snap. It's 3rd and 13 on the 30-yard line, and my gut he fumbles the snap. He took his eye off the ball, and he lost
fumbled
the
it
ball.
again, and Kenneth recovered. Caleb Duncan.
Yep, Caleb Duncan recovers the fumble at the 38-yard line. Classic case of taking your eye off the ball. He looked over to the right, and Duncan falls on the ball, and it will be Kennett Indian ball at the 38-yard line. Wow, 2 big turnovers now.
Caruthersville, it seems like they got the lead in the ball game. They've gained the lead back. But for seems like they're going in spurts. Everything they do good. One drive will be good, and then the next drive is just not in their favor, either with penalties or turnovers. But Caleb Duncan is really stepping up and being a leader for this defense, for the Kennett defense.
Yeah, he's had a really nice game, and we just 7:07 left in the 2nd quarter. I mean, we've had a lot happen in this game. Jones back to pass. He's got lots of people coming after him. Number 3 putting some pressure on him. That's a catch. That's a catch for a 1st down. Coming back to catch the ball.
Number 10
was number 10, Spencer Potts, one of the senior receivers on this team. No, sorry, that was number 18, Jack Morrison.
Yeah, I couldn't see the 8 from over there. It looked like a 10.
Well,
it was number 18. It was Morrison.
I've known Jack and Spencer Potts since they were 4 years old, and on the football field, it's hard to tell those 2 boys apart. Now, their daddies might get me for saying they're the same 2 boys, but I've had the privilege of coaching both of those boys in various sports over the years. Great kids.
So you're the reason they can play football then so good, right?
Oh, absolutely not. There's a handoff to Pittman, who is, he's chugging those legs.
Tackles.
I said that was for a 1st down, and I was wrong. I thought he had 1st down yardage, but this run does get the 1st down. About an 8 or 9 yard gain.
I thought the catch put him in 1st down territory too. I guess that maybe he stepped out of bounds, and we just didn't see that before he crossed the sticks there. But that was a good run by Pittman. He drug a couple of Caruthersville defenders with him about a yard or so before he finally went down. But that was a very good run.
So Kennett now has 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Just under 6 minutes to go in the 2nd quarter here on A-Corp Media. Proud to be here tonight at Metz Cherry Stadium. The snap and handoff to Pittman, who picks up 5 yards on a nice run right up the middle.
24, Pittman.
We talk about things that coaches don't like. Coaches do like 5-yard carries on first down.
That's right. Just give it to him. Let him eat it up. Let him 3, 4, 5 yards to carry.
They actually spotted it at 38, so it was a gain of 6, 2nd and 4. And on those runs, you always have to credit that offensive line.
Your offensive line are the hardest working players on that football field, and they don't really get a whole lot of recognition. But if it's not for them, nothing on your offense goes right. Your quarterback's not getting the snap. He's not getting the protection, and your running back's definitely not getting his yards that he should be getting.
All right, handoff again to Pittman. He found a gap there between the guard and the tackle on the right side.
He's going to get a 1st down on that one.
Yeah, that's at least a 9-yard gain to the 29-yard line.
That play is good for Kennett Indian. 1st down.
Another nice run as Kennett is moving down the field.
From the Caruthersville 29-yard line.
Keeping the clock running. Just 4:50 left in the 2nd quarter.
And last week's game I watched with Kennett, and I feel like tonight's game, even though there's been some penalties, I think both teams, if you take away the penalties and a couple turnovers, this has been a pretty well played game.
Been a pretty well played ball game. Both teams have they're leaving it out there on the field. You can definitely tell that they're putting their heart into it. And Caruthersville they did not play last week. They had a forfeit win. So is that why they're accumulating the penalties a little bit quicker? Who knows? And that's a good run by Pittman.
Yeah, Pittman's going to gain another. It's going to be close to a first down. The chain gang was leaning, and now they go. It's a 10-yard
call that a first down.
I'll tell you, Pittman has been able to elude that first tackler when he gets outside, and he's picked up pretty nice chunk yardage.
He has. So now, you're inside the 20, about on the 18-yard line. You've got to be – if I'm Coach Dom in Caruthersville, I'm awfully worried about Kennett punching one in on me here right before half and taking the lead.
Kennett puts a lineman, if you see that number 75 over there, Cameron Hatley, 5'8", 260, and he's out there on the right-hand side, and he's kind of leading the way there on that 4-yard gain by Pittman. I don't know if you caught that or not.
I did. I saw him when they first came out and lined up. There's those linemen. It's more common now for them to use them in the backfield. Certain schools are using them for carries now on 1 yards to goes or 2-point conversions. So I'm glad to see that. And he made a really good block and got Pittman through there.
Now you see him. He's going to be on the left side. And again, I'm not always the smartest guy in the room, but now he's back on the right-hand side. But I would say the run's going behind him.
Yeah.
2nd and 6, and it's a high snap, and they're going to actually –
he's using him to block. He put his hand on his shoulder pads and kind of got in behind him and used him to block to pick up maybe a yard.
Yeah, Jamonte Alexander, we've talked about him all night. He made a really nice play to kind of get away from the block and make the tackle for really a pretty short gain. 3rd and 3 is what's left, and we're getting down to the 3-minute mark. Time really not an issue here. Everybody's got plenty of timeouts. But a big play coming up for both teams.
End of the first quarter in East Prairie as they're taking on the Bearcats. It's 29-12, Dexter.
End of the first quarter?
End of the first quarter.
They've scored 41 points in the first quarter?
That's what I'm getting. I'm getting in the first quarter.
It's not a basketball score.
Let me ask for a quarter update on that one.
In the meanwhile, Pittman goes right up the middle, and he gets it down to the 3-yard line. That was about a 14-yard carry. So now it's 1st and goal at the 3.
So it was a correction. It's the end of the second quarter. 6:34 left in the second quarter, and it's 29-12, Dexter.
Okay. Hey, we don't want to sleep on the Bearcats this year. They've got a good team this year.
Yeah, Chad's really did a good job with that program. Not that Coach Pixley left it in any bad shape at all. I mean, he had a rich history of that program.
Here's the handoff to Pittman. He's going down the right side. I think he's going to be just short, and he is. It's a 2-yard gain, so it'll be 2nd and goal.
24, Pittman stopped just short of the goal line. Pick up a 2nd down and go.
Pretty methodical drive here. They've had the one really nice pass play to get the first down or get a big gain. But other than that, it's basically been runs. I want to bring your attention here to Tristan Robinson. And we said 5'8", 260 for Hatley. We're talking 6'1", 350.
He's a big boy out there. But that's what you want. If I'm a running back, I want to get behind somebody like that and punch it in the end zone.
Coach Tristan, too, by the way, first base, as you can imagine. He's a first baseman in baseball. And there's going to be a penalty.
Coming from the back, Judge. It's probably going to be a delay of game. We're going to have a delay of game.
Oh, that's a terribly tough penalty.
Going to knock them back about 5.
So that'll be 2nd and goal now from the 6.
Delay of game penalty.
And that's a bad penalty at this point in the game. Call a timeout.
That's right.
From the 6.
Yeah, I think Coach Webster's only used one timeout. Caruthersville's only used one timeout. So they have some timeouts left to keep you from getting into that predicament.
Yeah, 2nd and 1 or 2nd and goal from the 1 versus the 6. It completely changes the dynamic. They do leave Robinson in. He will be lined up left of Jones. And there's the snap. And
looks like Jamiko Tolliver.
Yeah, Tolliver, and that's a pretty strong upright run. And he's going to get only 1 yard down to the 5. Oh, these are going to end up being the coach's nightmare and dream here. You know, what am I going to do?
Yeah. So you're leaving you with third down. You're on the 5-yard line. Do you leave one of your big boys in the backfield, or do you hand it off to one of your big boys and see what they can do? It looks like he's going to pull him out.
He's going to pull him out, but you know, now we're looking at the clock as a factor. Let's see what happens. They are still going to leave Hatley in the backfield, 75.
Yeah, you're at 30. We're down to 30 seconds. Kennett trying to pull off a score here.
Here's the snap and the run. That's a great cut by Pittman, and he
I
is.
think he's in. No, they're going to call him short, just short at the goal line.
1 yard
Coach
short.
Webster takes a timeout, 20 seconds on the clock.
Let's keep it here if we can to talk about this. This is going to be a really big momentum change one way or the other going into the halftime.
You're at fourth down right now with about a yard, maybe a yard and a half. You got 20 seconds on the clock. I believe you still have 1 timeout left. You're trying to get the score, and you're trying to go in with at least make the field goal. You're going to go in with a 5-point lead at halftime coming out, and I believe you get the ball back.
Well, no, Kennett's down, so they would only get a 1-point lead with a field goal. It's Kennett.
Well, if they scored a touchdown and get the extra point.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That put them 19-14. I see what you're saying.
So they'll go in with a 5-point lead, and I believe they get the ball back at halftime.
Yeah, Kennett will get the kick at the end of the halftime. But we know they're going to go for it here. They're not going to
go for it. Yeah. They're not going to go for a field goal. You're going to have to go for it. With an extra, worst case scenario, you turn the ball over with 20 seconds left and give Caruthersville 20 seconds to score a touchdown from 99 yards. I mean, I like my options. I like my odds if I'm Kennett.
Well, Caruthersville's going to take a knee if they get the ball back here, but we see Big Robinson back in, and we see Hatley. So the 2 big men are in the backfield, flanking Jones, and Pittman is behind them. 4th and 1, 4th and goal. Here we go, 19 seconds left. And here is the snap and the handoff to Pittman.
He's on his feet.
Second move.
And they caught him. He's got a touchdown. He's in.
Wow.
He is in. That was a good move. Looked like he was stopped in the backfield.
Yeah, Avion Martin had him in the backfield.
And before he went down to that knee, it looked like he just leaped into the end zone. And, I mean, great play, great run. And now Kennett is up with 14 seconds left in his ball game, 18-14.
Man, I'm telling you what, I thought he was stopped.
I was getting ready to say stuffed in the backfield. And to my surprise, like I said, before he went down, he just took that leap, that final leap of faith, as I like to call it, and paid off.
Folks, we're going to be in for a really good second half of football. This game is very exciting. Kennett now leads 18-14. And looking here to see, it looks like Kennett is going to line up with Jack Morrison, and actually this is going to be Pittman taking the ball. Morrison leading with the block,
and
but he is stopped short. So Kennett is going to be ahead 18-14.
It's going to be Jermaine Crothers with the 2-point conversion save there.
Yeah, it was a good tackle there. We might as well stay here for the last 15 seconds. I want to quickly mention that Kennett will be at halftime going to be announced state defending champion. Coach Janet Hilburn and the ladies that play tennis here, they've built quite a program over the years, and they're going to get recognized at halftime. And kudos to those girls for their amazing achievement, and they're undefeated again this year. So
tennis is not an easy sport to play, and if you can win 51 matches in a row and win 2 state titles, you're doing something right, man.
They do, and that program's been very successful for a number of years, and led this year by a sophomore and a junior, and so a lot of years to come more for success. And so I just want to say congratulations to them from A-Court Media and from us up here in the booth. So this is going to be Giancarlo Hernandez with the kick, and I expect it on the ground or a squib, and he does squib it. That goes to
number 21. That's going to be Maxwell Hunter, a sophomore.
And he is
He's brought down.
First tackler there was number 11, John Baker Brown, the freshman.
Seeing number 50 get up from that pile, too. Looks like Nelson Felix.
Cheer for old JB. Joel, I hope you're listening to this game. That was your boy making that tackle.
And number 6 for Kennett. Looks like D'Amico Tolliver just kind of came in. So with them 3 They brought him down, made a nice stop on a kickoff there. We're down to 7 seconds in the first half, 18-14, Kennett.
You know, at this point, I would suspect Caruthersville would give it to Alexander, to Jamonte Alexander, and just see if he could score.
You've got nothing to lose. I mean,
he's going to take the snap.
He's going to take the snap. He's going to take it.
And there's a block that's going to maybe springing. No, he's going to be stopped. And, folks, that's going to be halftime after about a 7-yard gain by Alexander. Hey, we've got a great one. Kennett is ahead 18-14 at halftime. We're going to take a break and let the teams get off to halftime, and we'll be back in just a little while here on A-Court Media.
Growing cotton in the Mid-South is hard work. As a farmer, you make tough decisions every day. Choosing a cotton variety shouldn't be one of them. Next-gen brand varieties from Americot are bred specifically for cotton growers like you. We're 100% independent and farmer-owned. Plant cotton that works as hard as you do. Americot. All we do is cotton, all the time.
Julep, julep, julep,
If Moreland's not on the back of your vehicle, you paid too much.
Does your business need, literally anything? When we founded C&S Cleaning Supply, our goal was simple. Become a one-stop shop for anything and everything your operation might want. From car care to condiments, mops to markers, soaps to staplers, and everything in between. Which is a lot. C&S has got you covered. Give Delane Beckwith a call at 573-217-0104 or visit cscleaningsupply.com to get set up with, well, literally everything. Tell them Delane sent you.
First State Bank and Trust is more than just products and services. We're there for you for your first paycheck, buying a home, opening a small business, starting a family, or planning to retire, and everything in between. We're the local bank you know and trust for all of your financial needs. Visit fsbtrust.com or stop by your local First State Bank and Trust to explore all of your financial options. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
What First State Community Bank means to me is, it says it in its name, community.
We're family, we care about one another, whether it's in our SEMO markets or we can reach out to someone in Farmington, Columbia. They're always there to assist.
We are very customer focused. Our employees do a great job with listening to the customers.
The tellers know 100% of all customers by their name.
If you want to feel at home, then walk into the doors of First State Community Bank.
At Focus Bank, we understand your community because it's our community too. With branches across Southeast Missouri and Northeast Arkansas, Focus Bank offers services such as fraud protection, really free checking, and mobile banking that lets you bank simply and securely, anytime, anywhere. Stop by any of our branches or visit us online to open an account today. Plus, you'll receive an awesome free gift just from opening your really free checking account. And when you refer someone who opens an account, you'll both receive a gift. Focus Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Mathis Funeral Home of Dexter and Bernie strives to provide their community with the accommodations and services needed to relieve your family during times of loss. For more information, give them a call and see how Mathis Funeral Home can help meet your expectations in celebrating your loved ones.
NextEra Energy Resources is the world's largest generator of renewable energy from the wind and sun, and a world leader in energy storage. Since 2016, NextEra Energy Resources has invested more than $339 million in Missouri to fuel local economic growth. Today, our company owns and operates one wind energy facility in the state and is looking to invest even more in the Show Me State. We are committed to being a trusted community partner and look forward to providing affordable, clean, renewable energy for generations of Missourians to come.
My name is Kevin Rossville. I'm a farmer from Prairie County, Arkansas. Been farming since 1991. Started farming with my father-in-law when I got married. We've been raising rice ever since. We've all been looking for something for a change for years. And I think this 263L is going to be the next and up and coming thing for us. It's really going to work well on a lot of different ground and a lot of different farms around here.
Dynagrow 263L, available exclusively at Nutrient Ag Solutions.
When we look, we listen. When we evaluate, we understand. We get you to the right number without treating you like one. At Southeast Primary Care, we know your relationship with your doctor is one of the keys to get you better and keep you well. Our network of providers connects you to the brightest minds and latest technologies. It's a healthy relationship. Southeast Primary Care, always by your side.
At SEMO Health Network, we strive to provide caring and affordable health care while making our patients feel welcome in our warm and friendly atmosphere. With locations throughout Southeast Missouri, we provide medical, dental, OB, and behavioral health services to anyone and everyone that may need it. Visit SEMO Health Network for your wellness exams, COVID and flu vaccinations, lab services, dental exams, counseling, and more. For more information, visit our website and let SEMO Health Network take care of you.
At Young Real Estate, we're Southeast Missouri, just like you.
We are parents.
We are teachers.
We are grandparents.
We are active in our community.
We are patriots.
Serving all of Southeast Missouri, and we are here for you.
We are young.
Cameron Bunting Parker, Missouri State Representative, District 150, Dunklin, Pemiscot, and Butler County.
Growing cotton in the Mid-South is hard work. As a farmer, you make tough decisions every day. Choosing a cotton variety shouldn't be one of them. Next-gen brand varieties from Americot are bred specifically for cotton growers like you. We're 100% independent and farmer-owned. Plant cotton that works as hard as you do. Americot. All we do is cotton, all the time.
Julep, pop, 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 julep, pop, 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 julep, pop, 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 woo!
If more than not on the back of your vehicle, you paid too much.
Does your business need, literally anything? When we founded CNS Cleaning Supply, our goal was simple. Become a one-stop shop for anything and everything your operation might want. From car care to condiments, mops to markers, soaps to staplers, and everything in between. Which is a lot. CNS has got you covered. Give Delane Beckwith a call at 573-217-0104 or visit cscleaningsupply.com to get set up with, well, literally everything. Tell them Delane sent you.
First State Bank and Trust is more than just products and services. We're there for you for your first paycheck, buying a home, opening a small business, starting a family, or planning to retire, and everything in between. We're the local bank you know and trust for all of your financial needs. Visit fsbtrust.com or stop by your local First State Bank and Trust to explore all of your financial options. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
What First State Community Bank means to me is, it says it in its name, community.
We're family, we care about one another, whether it's in our SEMO markets or we can reach out to someone in Farmington, Columbia. They're always there to assist.
We are very customer focused. Our employees do a great job with listening to the customers.
The tellers know 100% of all customers by their name.
If you want to feel at home, then walk into the doors of First State Community Bank.
At Focus Bank, we understand your community because it's our community too. With branches across Southeast Missouri and Northeast Arkansas, Focus Bank offers services such as fraud protection, really free checking, and mobile banking that lets you bank simply and securely, anytime, anywhere. Stop by any of our branches or visit us online to open an account today. Plus, you'll receive an awesome free gift just from opening your really free checking account. And when you refer someone who opens an account, you'll both receive a gift. Focus Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Mathis Funeral Home of Dexter and Bernie strives to provide their community with the accommodations and services needed to relieve your family during times of loss. For more information, give them a call and see how Mathis Funeral Home can help meet your expectations in celebrating your loved ones.
NextEra Energy Resources is the world's largest generator of renewable energy from the wind and sun and a world leader in energy storage. Since 2016, NextEra Energy Resources has invested more than $339 million in Missouri to fuel local economic growth. Today, our company owns and operates one wind energy facility in the state and is looking to invest even more in the Show Me State. We are committed to being a trusted community partner and look forward to providing affordable, clean, renewable energy for generations of Missourians to come.
My name is Kevin Rossville. I'm a farmer from Prairie County, Arkansas. Been farming since 1991. Started farming with my father-in-law when I got married. We've been raising rice ever since. We've all been looking for something for a change for years. And I think this 263L is going to be the next and up and coming thing for us. It's really going to work well on a lot of different ground and a lot of different farms around here.
Dynagro 263L, available exclusively at Nutrient Ag Solutions.
When we look, we listen. When we evaluate, we understand. We get you to the right number without treating you like one. At Southeast Primary Care, we know your relationship with your doctor is one of the keys to get you better and keep you well. Our network of providers connects you to the brightest minds and latest technologies. It's a healthy relationship. Southeast Primary Care, always by your side.
At SEMO Health Network, we strive to provide caring and affordable health care while making our patients feel welcome in our warm and friendly atmosphere. With locations throughout Southeast Missouri, we provide medical, dental, OB, and behavioral health services to anyone and everyone that may need it. Visit SEMO Health Network for your wellness exams, COVID and flu vaccinations, lab services, dental exams, counseling, and more. For more information, visit our website and let SEMO Health Network take care of you.
At Young Real Estate, we're Southeast Missouri, just like you.
We are parents.
We are teachers.
We are grandparents.
We are active in our community.
We are patriots, serving all of Southeast Missouri, and we are here for you.
We are young.
Cameron Bunting Parker, Missouri State Representative, District 150, Dunklin, Pemiscot, and Butler County.
Growing cotton in the Mid-South is hard work. As a farmer, you make tough decisions every day. Choosing a cotton variety shouldn't be one of them. Next-gen brand varieties from Americot are bred specifically for cotton growers like you. We're 100% independent and farmer-owned. Plant cotton that works as hard as you do. Americot. All we do is cotton, all the time.
Julep, julep, julep,
If more than not on the back of your vehicle, you paid too much.
Does your business need, literally anything? When we founded C&S Cleaning Supply, our goal was simple. Become a one-stop shop for anything and everything your operation might want. From car care to condiments, mops to markers, soaps to staplers, and everything in between. Which is a lot. C&S has got you covered. Give Delane Beckwith a call at 573-217-0104 or visit cscleaningsupply.com to get set up with, well, literally everything. Tell them Delane sent you.
First State Bank and Trust is more than just products and services. We're there for you for your first paycheck, buying a home, opening a small business, starting a family, or planning to retire, and everything in between. We're the local bank you know and trust for all of your financial needs. Visit fsbtrust.com or stop by your local First State Bank and Trust to explore all of your financial options. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
What First State Community Bank means to me is, it says it in its name, community.
We're family, we care about one another, whether it's in our SEMO markets or we can reach out to someone in Farmington, Columbia. They're always there to assist.
We are very customer focused. Our employees do a great job with listening to the customers.
The tellers know 100% of all customers by their name.
If you want to feel at home, then walk into the doors of First State Community Bank.
At Focus Bank, we understand your community because it's our community too, with branches across Southeast and securely, anytime, anywhere. Stop by any of our branches or visit us online to open an account today. Plus, you'll receive an awesome free gift just from opening your really free checking account. And when you refer someone who opens an account, you'll both receive a gift. Focus Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Mathis Funeral Home of Dexter and Bernie strives to provide their community with the accommodations and services needed to relieve your family during times of loss. For more information, give them a call and see how Mathis Funeral Home can help meet your expectations in celebrating your loved ones.
NextEra Energy Resources is the world's largest generator of renewable energy from the wind and sun, and a world leader in energy storage. Since 2016, NextEra Energy Resources has invested more than $339 million in Missouri to fuel local economic growth. Today, our company owns and operates one wind energy facility in the state and is looking to invest even more in the Show Me State. We are committed to being a trusted community partner and look forward to providing affordable, clean, renewable energy for generations of Missourians to come.
My name is Kevin Rossville. I'm a farmer from Prairie County, Arkansas. Been farming since 1991. Started farming with my father-in-law when I got married. We've been raising rice ever since. We've all been looking for something for a change for years. And I think this 263L is going to be the next and up and coming thing for us. It's really going to work well on a lot of different ground and a lot of different farms around here.
Dynagro 263L, available exclusively at Nutrient Ag Solutions.
All right, welcome back to Metz Cherry Stadium here at Kennett, Missouri. Matthew Poole here, and along with Corey Sisk, and we are going to be getting into the second half of football action here on A-Court Media. Thank you all for being patient with us and staying with us. I think everything's going really good now. We've got a great ball game here. Kennett picked up a touchdown late in the second quarter to take an 18-14 lead. They will be receiving the kickoff at the beginning of the second half. And Corey, I think we saw a really good first half.
That's probably one of the better first halves of football I've witnessed in a couple seasons. Jermaine Alexander, or Jermonte Alexander from Caruthersville, really playing a good ball game. Of course, Pittman from Kennett playing a good ball game. Caleb Duncan on the defensive side of Kennett playing an excellent ball game. I'm anxious to see what the second half holds.
Yeah, really, some of the differences here, both teams had some drive-killing penalties, especially Caruthersville, and, of course, Caruthersville had two really costly turnovers.
They did. The turnovers, and Kennett had that interception that could have very easily went a touchdown. Caruthersville had 2 turnovers, but the penalties, Matt, I think that's really what you take the penalties away from the Caruthersville, we may have a different ball game.
Different ball game, and then of course the 2 touchdowns came on big plays by Alexander. I think they were 50 and 60-yard gains. That we talked about that second touchdown he made. That was a highlight reel worthy if there ever was one.
That's right. Very, very good plays.
And in the meanwhile, Kennett's drives have been more methodical, mostly runs by Pittman. They've sprinkled in a few pass plays. Matter of fact, they had the one trick play where Pittman took the halfbacks, they pitched it to him, and then he threw it to Duncan, and it got down to the 1-yard line.
Both teams has played an excellent ball game, and we've had a whole ball game in the first half.
Really have. You got some scores to kind of pass out?
Got some area scores. All the scores I've got is at halftime. New Madrid's over Donovan, 42-0 at half. Eastbury trailing Dexter, 42-18 at the halftime. Portageville, Scott City, which is a game I think everybody's watching right now. 2 very good ball teams. Portageville's leading at half, 42-12. The Charleston-Kelly game was played last night, 34-6. I do not have an update on Chaffee versus Malden, and Haytie's in a bye week. As we mentioned earlier, now Portageville and Charleston will play next Friday, and we'll have that broadcast, and that'll be from Portageville High School. Charleston not as strong as they have been in the last few years, but still a good ball team and very unpredictable nonetheless. Portageville's probably one of the better football teams in the area right now. So that should be a pretty good ball game. People want to look excited for you to tune in and watch, and let's see how it turns out.
Will Portageville and Valley be in the same district or sectional of different classes?
So they raised Portageville up, they raised Valley up to 2A this year. Of course, they bumped up to 3A for a couple years. They went back down to 2A. Portageville's 1.
Okay.
Portageville's 1A, so they're in there with they will have Thayer in their district. So, Thayer's always very tough to come by, but I think if Porterville keeps playing the ball that they're playing, I don't think they'll have an issue getting past their districts and even into sectionals.
Yeah, one of the best teams in the area for sure. That kickoff by Caruthersville was received by Colin Henson, who brings it back about 5 yards. Caruthersville does a nice job on the coverage. I want to give a big thank you to our game sponsor for tonight's game, Farm Credit Southeast Missouri. Serving the farmers of the area since 1917, Farm Credit, your ag lender, will always be there. Have you ever heard one of the Farm Credit ads, Corey?
I have.
But do you really like the song on that ad?
I don't remember it, but when it comes on, it's catching.
Because I wrote that thing. I wrote it and sang it. Can you believe that?
It's pretty catchy. I couldn't sing it to you now, but when it come on, I could probably sing it to you.
There's a fumble on the play.
And we got a flag
Caruthersville recovers.
We have a flag on the far sideline.
And he bobbled it. Now, the Kennett offense seems to be staying on the field.
The play is considered a forward pass with an incomplete pass.
Oh, I see now.
He's going a forward pass for an incomplete. Let's see what the penalty is. It's going to be a false start on Kennett.
So we've seen that several times, and we may have called that a handoff, but they're actually tossing the ball forward to the receiver cutting in front. And again, that's the right call. If it's going forward, that's an incomplete pass. Yeah. And we would definitely say that's a Kennett break.
That's definitely a break because I think you had 2 officials calling it a fumble, and then the white hat Dan Cox saying no, it was a forward pass, and then the linesman over there, of course, had the illegal procedure on Kennett.
So that in this case, a penalty that they can kind of live with. Of course, it was an incomplete pass, but it's going to be 1st and 15, and Jones is back to take the snap, and this time they hand the inside handoff to Pittman, and he goes nowhere.
On the carry, no 24, Pittman.
We were kind of hoping to start the half with a little bit less penalties, but Kennett came out and got a quick one.
Yeah.
So let's see if we can change the momentum of this.
Loss of 1 to play.
Looking there, that's number 60. I believe number 60 was the tackle there, the interior lineman, Kenyon Bogan, and number 77, Ridge McGraw. Those interior linemen kind of made their presence known for the Caruthersville defense.
Definitely said don't run up the middle. Keep it to the outside.
That's what they said. 2nd and 15 now. 3 receivers out to the left. This could be a passing down, and sure enough, they fake a pass, and he is now going to have to scramble, and he does break free. DJ Jones
made a pretty good little scramble
now
there.
He's running backwards, and you can't do that. If you're Jones, you just need to go ahead and get your yardage. But he does make a positive play out of it and gets about 6 to be 3rd and 9.
Brings it back to the original line of scrimmage with a 3rd and 9. He gained another yard. That was shaping up to kind of be a little Patrick Mahomes shuffle there.
Yeah, but Mahomes does it a little more efficiently. Did you watch the quarterback's show on Netflix with Mahomes?
I did. I was impressed just to see the all-around athleticism of that guy.
And not only that, I mean, he's one of those guys that I think is a role model. You know, you hate to make athletes role models, but I like Pat Mahomes.
He is. And, Daddy was a pitcher, so he grew up in professional sports and really knows how to act.
That's right. Here's a pass out in the flat to Caleb Duncan, and he's going to come up short of the first down. It's going to be a 5-yard gain to the 31, but this looks like it's going to be about 4th and 3 or 4. And I would suspect Kennett would punt.
Yeah, you're looking at fourth and about 5, 4th and about 4.
Although
they're not lining up like they're going to punt.
No, Jones is back like he would normally be, but let's see if Pittman slides out and Jones backs up. But we got 2 receivers to the right. They're going to try to draw him off sides.
And it looks like maybe they did. I got a flag from the umpire there right in the middle.
The Caruthersville boys are clapping.
Now they're going to call it on Kennett.
And he was doing the doo-wop with his hands, and that means it's coming backwards.
So it's going to bring up about a 4th and 9 now. You've got to be wondering if Coach Webster's going to punt or risk it.
What do the kids say? Risk it for the biscuit?
Risk it for the biscuit. That's right.
This is going to be a punt.
That would be the smartest football move is a punt right now. You're not hurt. You've got the lead. There's no sense of throwing it away.
But there are 3 receivers. I think he's
in motion.
Yeah, well, that puts Pittman out right. I believe he's going to back up and take the punt.
And he's going to back up, it looks like, yep.
And Jones punts it, and that is off the side of his foot, and that is not a good punt.
Well, you don't call that out of bounds, about the 49.
That's pretty favorable spot there for the Indians. Chief Bullock coming through for the Kennett side, I would say a little bit there. But hey, he was right there on top of it.
You're not giving them great field position, but you're not giving them terrible field position if you're Caruthersville.
Right.
Definitely, always room for. You wish it would have went farther, but I don't think.
Junior at quarterback. And I would suspect that's Sammy Bryant behind him. And Bryant takes the snap or the handoff, and he had a lot of room there, and now the boy got smacked after about 5 yards.
Good lick by number 18,
Jack Morrison.
Jack Morrison came in and just delivered a pop.
Because he had a head of steam going.
He had a full head of steam, and he aimed at the right place, and he delivered a pretty good tackle.
So we talked a lot about Jermonte Alexander, and he's out wide to the right here. They got 2 receivers out to the right and 1 to the left. And the handoff is again to number 3. And number 3 he's made it into the secondary there before he's brought down. Sammy Bryant.
Flag down, and he's brought down by number 10.
Spencer Potts.
Spencer Potts, and we've got a flag on the field.
It's in an odd spot there. I'm not really sure what they're going to call. They're going to call a hold.
We've got it's 10 Potts. I think they've got him listed as Henson.
I'm sorry, Kylan Henson.
Kylan Henson.
Sorry about that.
So we got a hold. Is that what the call?
It was a hold. Yeah, down the field.
So it's going to back them up.
Now that's an interesting call here. Do they get the first down, or because it comes back? How does that work?
I think it's at the spot of the foul, so I think it's still going to give him a first down. No, you're going to say 2nd and short. So he backed them up just on the inside of the first down marker, so it's going to be 2nd and short.
So it negates about a 15-yard gain by Bryant.
It took it from the 30-yard line for sure. It backed him up.
Here's a pitch to Jermonte Alexander, and he does what he does. He gets down to the 35-yard line, and I think that was another one of those forward pass pitches that we've seen. But whatever it was, it's good for a first down.
That was Landon Decker with the stop on that one for the Indians.
8:26 left to go in the third quarter. Kennett Indians lead 18-14 over the Caruthersville Tigers, but the Tigers are driving
down to about the 44.
Looks like 36.
36-yard line, yeah. I'm looking at it backwards.
That's okay. We're in the boot hill. There's the handoff, and this time he's going to be wrapped up in the backfield for no gain. He was first hit by Caleb Duncan, but Chris Jefferson finishes the play, and be no gain on that one.
53, Chris Jefferson.
2nd and 10.
Looks like they're substituting. Looks like number
No gain
10
on play.
maybe.
They're going to be 2nd down and 10.
10 coming into the ball game. That's Avion Motton.
Motton, the senior, he is in the backfield lined up right next to Guest, and then that would be Bryant a little deeper in the backfield. So we'll see if Motton's the lead back, and he's looking to pass, and he does complete the pass.
Monte Alexander just going to be short of the first down. Bring up about a 3rd and 1.
That was a really nice pass play. You know, that's a hard throw to make, rolling left and throwing left.
That's right. And Guest, number 2 for Caruthersville, his daddy and grandpa is just to our left there, and they like that. They like that pass play that he did there.
Yeah, well, they had to be proud of that. Going to bring up 3rd and looks like 1. Haven't seen a lot of passes from Caruthersville, but that looked really good.
That was a good pass, good scramble, good field vision to know exactly where Alexander was at, and he just completed the pass. And
he is brought down for a loss. That was number 3, Bryant, and good penetration.
And he's down. Looks like when he went down there, his knee kind of buckled out on him. So got to be looking at a high ankle injury or a knee injury. But he went down on a good hit, good play.
It was a clean play. Austin Gaddis, I think, led that play there. I don't know if you can see Mr. Gaddis's hair there, but it's quite lengthy.
Yeah. Number 52 was definitely the one I saw get up from that pile, and looks like he's going to get to his feet. He got a limp. He's going to make it over to the sideline.
Yeah, hopefully that's not a major injury. He's really given it some weight there, but glad to see him walk off under his own power. And now it went from 3rd and 1 to 4th and 4.
4th and 4.
At the 30-yard line of Kennett. And officials do call a timeout for that injury. And we'll leave it here for just a second as Caruthersville will be contemplating what to do here on 4th and 4. This is kind of the no man's territory where you would suspect they would go for it.
I would think they would go for it. A punt would probably put it too far down the field, maybe even out back the end zone. I would think they would go for it. If they don't get it, they're not giving up a whole lot of good field position to Kennett. If they do get it, it's a first down. So I think they're putting themselves in a pretty good spot regardless of the outcome of what they're going to do here.
Big play right here. 7:10 left to go in the third quarter. They rolled the clock, and that is going to be number 8 with the direct snap, and it's going to be close.
He's going to be close. He's fighting for every inch that he can get. They're going to go ahead and call him down, and if I'm judging right, it looks like that's going to be a first down.
Yeah, I believe it is. Jermonte Alexander takes the direct snap. I think that's the right call on that play. They are right on the 26-yard line.
And they're going to call him a first down.
Have they signaled?
Signaled
they
first
have.
down.
First down and 10, so he gets 4 yards and 6 inches.
Very close. Kennett fought for everything they could to keep it from getting it, and Alexander fought everything he had in him to get it. So
yeah,
just a battle there.
Tough run and new fresh set of downs for Caruthersville. And it looks like they're going to continue with Alexander taking the direct snap. Got 3 wideouts to the left, and the quarterback Guest out here way wide to the right.
They've split him out. Alexander's like he takes the snap.
And there is look
brought
at this
down.
Tackle.
He is brought
That's
down.
Caleb Duncan.
That was a great play by Caleb Duncan.
So Duncan holds him and contained because it looked like Alexander was thinking about a pass. And then right when he decided to take off, he grabbed Jersey and held on for dear life.
That was a great play to chase him down. and he did not give up on that tackle. He was bound and determined to bring him down, and that's exactly what he did. Caleb Duncan has played a great defensive ball game tonight.
He's kind of the captain of the defense out there at middle linebacker, and that was a 7-yard loss. Big play. We haven't seen many negative plays for Jamonte Alexander tonight. Here's the snap again to Alexander. This time he does break out to the right.
Duncan chases him down again,
and
slows
he does
him down.
make the tackle.
Yeah.
Shoestring tackle, you called it earlier, and that's going to basically get it back.
I think Caleb Duncan is letting him know that he has his number right now. Don't run towards me. I'm going to get you.
Yes. Caleb and his brother are both known for toughness. Tanner Duncan was a good athlete, multi-sport athlete here in Kennett, and one of the toughest kids you'd ever see. And Caleb is following right along in that vein. 3rd and 8 coming up, and again, you guys, I hope y'all are enjoying this game as much as we are here on A-Court Media. This is a really fun football game.
It is. I'm having a blast, Matt. I'm having a blast.
There's going to be a penalty here. I believe the motion again.
Illegal procedure, false start.
Now
they're going to call encroachment on Kennett.
Yeah, I didn't see it, but that didn't mean anything. We've seen so many motion plays turn into illegal motions, false starts, that this time maybe the motion worked to draw Kennett offsides.
Yeah, and it definitely worked in the favor of Caruthersville this time. So it's been a reverse for them. Most of the time they're on the receiving end of that penalty. So.
And that's a huge deal. Now it's 3rd and 3. And we saw the last time when it was a 3-yard to gain, Alexander got the ball and made 4.5.
That's right, and you're just inside the 20-yard line, and Caruthersville's been dangerous inside the 20-yard line tonight.
Game's moving along. We're 4:45 left to go. Kennett leading 18-14, but Caruthersville driving. Alexander goes, and look at here.
Stopped again.
No, he is not stopped, but he's going to go backwards, and he is going to be stopped.
He is stopped now.
Let's talk about Caleb Duncan again with the contain on the left side there. Now, he didn't make the tackle, but by the time he disrupted the play, again, a whole host of Indians in the backfield, and that ended up being a humongous loss on 3rd down.
At number 66, Kevin Thompson. He definitely stayed with him. Then he had some help from a couple others. I didn't get all their numbers. But Caleb Duncan was definitely a big part of disrupting that play, sending it back to the other side of the field.
Caruthersville is going to take a timeout now. That was a 16-yard loss. We'll come back in just a second to see what happens on 4th down.
At Focus Bank, we understand your community because it's our community too. With branches across Southeast Missouri and Northeast Arkansas, Focus Bank offers services such as fraud protection, really free checking, and mobile banking that lets you bank simply and securely, anytime, anywhere. Stop by any of our branches or visit us online to open an account today. Plus, you'll receive an awesome free gift just from opening your really free checking account. And when you refer someone who opens an account, you'll both receive a gift. Focus Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Mathis Funeral Home of Dexter and Bernie strives to provide their community with the accommodations and services needed to relieve your family during times of loss. For more information, give them a call and see how Mathis Funeral Home can help meet your expectations in celebrating your loved ones.
All right, we're back here, and we'll set the scene for you. There's 4 minutes and 2 seconds left to go. We're looking at 4th and 19 for Caruthersville at the Kennett 36-yard line. That comes after a 16-yard loss on a disruption by Caleb Duncan on a run by Jamonte Alexander. And Alexander did break that tackle, but then Kevin Thompson cleaned it up in the backfield. And Caruthersville is going to go for it with Jamonte Alexander going to be taking the direct snap. 3 receivers left, 1 right, and the running back Bryant in the backfield. And here goes the throw, and that is going to be
incomplete.
And they are going to throw that flag.
Comes out. Little late flag on that. You got to be wondering. It's got to be a pass interference. It's the only thing it can be because I didn't see any extracurricular going on.
The question would be, was that ball catchable or not? Because I did see some physical activity before that ball got to the receiver.
So a common misconception with high school sports and football in particular is Misha doesn't have a catchable, uncatchable pass. If it's in the general area of anybody, it's ruled a catchable pass. I don't necessarily agree with that rule. That's what the powers that be in NFHS states, that there's not a catchable or uncatchable pass. So I think that's what we're going to have here is a pass interference.
Corey, this is why Barry puts you in this position, is because you know these things. I've watched high school football all my life, and I didn't know that to be the case. So thank you for that clarification. And that 15-yard penalty could not be any bigger. And it still brings up 4th and 4.
4th and 4. I mean,
that's not an automatic first down?
It's not an automatic first down.
I learned something else today, too.
It won't be considered an automatic first down. So Kennett still has a chance to get a major stop here.
They do, and we have 7 seconds left on the play clock as now we've got a guest back to take the snap. 2 seconds, he gets it off, and here's a pass to Jermonte Alexander, and he made the first player miss.
And made the second miss, and he's down, looks like about the 3-yard line.
That play looked like it was going to go for a yard and going to be a turnover on downs, but Alexander is, man, he's a high-caliber athlete.
He's definitely put this team on his back tonight, and which they've all played really good ball, but he's definitely made some plays.
Yeah, he's a star. I mean, there's no doubt about it. He's a star, and now we have 1st and goal. We're under 4 minutes to play, and Caruthersville knocking on the door to try to go get the lead back. Guest takes the snap, and he hands it off to this time.
He's going to be in.
Yeah, that was Sammy Bryant for the 3-yard touchdown run, and he basically was untouched. So
straight up the middle play, nearly untouched, gives Caruthersville back the lead as 20-18.
20-18, and we've, one of the little things, and it is important now because both teams have scored 3 touchdowns, but Kennett has missed their extra points or 2-point conversions, while number 60 here, Caruthers, number 50, Jermaine Caruthers, has been 2 for 2 on extra point attempts. And there's a fumbled snap. He is going to go down this time.
You just jinxed him. He's down this time, but Caruthersville still has the lead, 20-18.
You mean I'm that good of an announcer already that I caused a jinx? Man, sign me up, Fox. All right, guys.
You jinxed them for the home team.
Oh, my goodness. Was 20-18 Caruthersville. We'll be back in just a second. Well, we're back now. Kennett is now behind Caruthersville 20-18. The scoreboard has kind of gone on and off. I didn't know if they'd paid their light bill or not.
They've been having a little difficulties with the 25-40 second shot clock tonight. And then now the scoreboard just kind of flashed in and out. It looks like they got that corrected.
So let's recap that last drive. It was one really nice Kennett defensive play to make it 4th and 19, and then the penalty.
The penalty. Couple, like you said, great drives, then a penalty, and then they end up topping it off with a good drive and then a touchdown by Sammy. I can't remember his last name. Sammy Bryant.
Yeah, we're talking about the pass interference penalty.
Oh, the pass interference, yeah. We had the pass interference penalty. Went in the favor huge favored Caruthersville.
Did you say hugely?
Hugely.
You got your fingers up, and they can't see us, but you did it. I like that. That's hugely. All right, 3:19 left to go in the third quarter. Folks, we have got a long ways to go in this ball game. And here's the kickoff, received by the Indians at the 15-yard line. I believe that's Ashton Dismukes.
And he's going to make a great run.
He has got to
probably
seam
broke
up the
this
middle.
one out.
He is
See
gone.
you later. Dismukes to the house.
That is going to be an 85-yard touchdown on the kickoff return. Ashton Dismukes.
Untouched, right up the middle, untouched, right down the arrowhead and into the end zone.
And Kennett retakes the lead 24-20 just like that. Man, what electricity we've had in this game.
If you guys are watching this at home, you know what we're witnessing here. If you're not, I suggest you tune in and find you a TV station and watch this, because this is a ball game.
A-Court Media is really proud to bring you this game, along with the game sponsor, Farm Credit Southeast Missouri. And Farm Credit, very wise in their decision to sponsor this game. So Kennett will go for the 2-point conversion. As you can see, they got the big boys in, Robinson and Hatley flanking the quarterback, and Pittman most likely will see this be handed off to him. So far, Kennett's 0 for 3. That's the difference in the ball game, basically. Is he going? There's a big push.
They're going to stuff him.
They did stuff him. So 0 for 4, and that could come back to haunt Kennett in this game.
That's 8 points that you're missing there. I mean, you can. That's a. I mean, you're 32 to 20 if you had those 2-point conversions. I mean,
yeah,
it's definitely the penalties is kind of it hurt Caruthersville and slowed them down a little bit, and the 2-point conversions has slowed Kennett down a whole lot. I mean, that's taking some points off this ball game.
Well, we'll stay here, and I'll go ahead and mention the sponsor again tonight, only because we don't want to miss this kickoff. We want to give a big thank you to our game sponsor for tonight's game, Farm Credit Southeast Missouri, serving the farmers of the area since 1917. Farm Credit, your ag lender will always be there. Does that ring a bell now?
That sounds familiar.
That was way lower than it was.
I'm going to go home and watch the broadcast just to listen to that commercial.
You should. It is expertly sang. And I will say this, not only sang, but Nathan Creed, my coworker at Farm Credit, was kind enough to record it, and he laid the guitars down and did all that stuff. That's a true Farm Credit song.
So let's talk about a little bit of the upcoming schedule for both teams.
Let's let this kick off here at number 10 takes it, and he has got a seam. He is brought down at the 50-yard line. That was
number 10,
Avion Motton. And look out, Caruthersville's going to have good field position. Go ahead and let's hear some scores.
So next week, Kennett is East Prairie. I'm assuming that's here. They're hosting East Prairie, or
yeah,
are they
homecoming.
traveling?
That's going to be homecoming for Kennett. Yep.
And then Caruthersville next week will be traveling to New Madrid County Central.
And there's another team that, tonight they're not really going to be taxed by Donovan, but New Madrid, one of the top teams in their area.
They are, in week 2 they kind of struggled with East Prairie there until about the middle of the third quarter, and they really turned on the Jets. But they're definitely a top team and one that's in the conversation for going very far this season.
There was this time the Caruthersville runner Bryant took he went the wrong way, or the snap went the wrong way, and Caden Taylor gets into the backfield for a 2-yard stop.
Yeah, he definitely ran right into the defenders.
Going to mention that in 2 weeks Kennett will be at New Madrid County Central, and Caruthersville will be at Dexter. So all the area teams will be seeing each other.
Again.
And you talking about a fun game with Caruthersville at Dexter in 2 weeks.
That should be a very fun game. Of course, Coach Jamerson, being my high school football coach at East Prairie, he's going to be watching film. He's going to be prepared for him. But it's going to be a good ball game and one to watch. And he's breaking it off.
This is going to be a long
run. Touchdown.
Yes, it is. Number 10, Avion Motton, takes the handoff. I will notice that Jermonte Alexander's limping over to the sidelines.
Looks
after
like
that handoff.
He may be hurt. That workhorse has got hurt tonight. But
what a run. That was just basically a sweep left, and they just kind of swept everybody out of the way. Untouched. Caruthersville back on top, 26-24 with 2:03 left in the third quarter.
I got an update on the Scott City and Portageville game. We're at the end of the third, fixing to start the fourth quarter. Your Portageville Bulldogs is leading the Scott City Rams 49-20.
That's a big score.
I definitely didn't think it would be, and it's blocked.
Yeah, so that extra point was blocked.
And I'm gonna go back to your jinx here. So you was just talking about how they were 4 for 4, and then he comes out, he misses it. And then comes back out. Now he's missed 2 in a row.
Well, I mentioned Musburger. I mentioned Nance. So that's 2 announcing kings of the past and the present. And I'm no Musburger wouldn't even want to be. Nance is just, come on, he's Jim Nance. He's the buttery smooth Jim Nance. I think Pat Summerall.
Yeah.
Remember Pat Summerall?
Yeah.
Him and Madden. You could be a Madden.
Madden, yeah.
You're a tough guy. You could do that.
The John Madden.
Yeah.
I like the whoop by Boomer.
Yeah. You don't see much of Boomer these days.
You don't see much of Boomer. I'm not sure if he's retired or what, but you definitely don't see him.
You know, if Barry, and I know Barry's really smart, but Barry ought to put a feeler out for Boomer just to see if he would come down to Southeast Missouri and call a game.
Yeah, do a couple of them. Whoops.
Not this one, though. We've got this one covered. So here's the kickoff here. And this
is he going to do this again? He's going to return this again.
Not all the way, though.
Blocked in. So they blocked the defender into him.
But that's actually a different. That was Ashton Dismukes again. And this has become a track meet.
It has. And you got a Caruthersville player down. He got blocked. It looks like he went into Dismukes, which in turn knocked Dismukes off his feet, knocked him out of bounds, and that player is down. He's holding his knee.
We're going to take a quick break here and hope this injury is nothing serious. We'll be back in just a second.
NextEra Energy Resources is the world's largest generator of renewable energy from the wind and sun and a world leader in energy storage. Since 2016, NextEra Energy Resources has invested more than $339 million in Missouri to fuel local economic growth. Today, our company owns and operates one wind energy facility in the state and is looking to invest even more in the Show Me State. We are committed to being a trusted community partner and look forward to providing affordable, clean, renewable energy for generations of Missourians to come.
When we look, we listen. When we evaluate, we understand. We get you to the right number without treating you like one. At Southeast Primary Care, we know your relationship with your doctor is one of the keys to get you better and keep you well. Our network of providers connects you to the brightest minds and latest technologies. It's a healthy relationship. Southeast Primary Care, always by your side.
All right, we're back at Metz Cherry Stadium. 1:52 left to go in the third quarter. Kennett takes over the possession here. Caruthersville leading the game 26-24. Kennett, after the second kickoff return in a row, takes over in Caruthersville territory at the 40 and begins the drive with a 1-yard carry or actually a carry for no gain, Marquez Pittman. Man, have you caught your breath?
So the Caruthersville player that was injured, that was a sophomore, number 13. That's going to be Terrence Jackson, and we certainly hope he's okay. He's over there getting looked at by the trainers now, but looks like he got a either high ankle sprain or knee. He was definitely holding that left leg.
One thing about it, football is a physical game, and you just never know when you're gonna have that issue. So we wish him the best. Kennett 2nd and 10. Jones flanked by two backs and Pittman behind him. Pittman, that's a fake handoff, and Jones rolls out right, and he throws it deep.
Getting wide open.
And that's going to be almost intercepted. Matter of fact, that was in the breadbasket there.
Avion Motton.
Of Avion Motton, who had the touchdown a minute ago for Caruthersville. Pass was a little short.
Yeah.
But he had pressure.
He had some pressure. He still made a great throw. A little short. Motton was there. If Motton wouldn't have been there, the intended receiver on that one was 44, Caden Taylor. He would have caught that thing and went to the house.
Yeah, that's one of those that maybe the throw's got to come out a step quicker.
Yeah.
So it's 3rd and 10. We got Jones in the shotgun, 3 receivers wide and to the left, and he is going to take a quarterback draw. He's got a blocker. He outruns the blocking, though, and he's going to be tackled.
Looks like we have a flag on the play.
Saw that flag come out. That's got to be a hold, I would suspect.
Got to be a hold. A little late to be a false start. Those are normally dead ball fouls anyway. It's got to be a hold. Maybe indicating face mask. I can't tell.
Big penalty call coming up right here on 3rd and 10. So that was the row your boat penalty. Now what was that? Now come on.
I would have to look at my penalty marker there. It looks like
it's going to be against Caruthersville.
It's against Caruthersville.
The penalty was against Caruthersville. 5-yard penalty.
I'm going to call that the row your boat penalty.
Yeah, the row your boat penalty. I'm going to have to look at that one.
Perhaps the canoe penalty?
Third down and
yeah, the current river penalty?
That's not. I can tell you that's not a penalty you see all the time. But I'm fixing to find out what that is. I'm going to try to pull up my old.
Yeah, it's a 5-yard penalty, regardless of what it was. And it comes up 3rd and 5 now. No, yeah, it's going to be 3rd and 5. The down marker shows 4th, but it's 3rd and 5. And at the 35-yard line. Well, now the scoreboard shows 4th and 5, so I'm not sure if there was a loss of down there or not. Guys, I'm confused, but I can tell you what happened here. That was a pitch out to Pittman, and that was a loss of 2 yards on the play. And the Kennett offense stays on the field. I think everyone was confused. No, the Kennett offense is coming off the field, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. I am thoroughly confused, which doesn't take much.
First down, Caruthersville.
Yeah. So we take it that the row your boat penalty is a 5-yard penalty. The down counts according to what we just saw.
Yeah, the down would count.
And regardless, Caruthersville takes over possession at the Kennett Indian 37-yard line with 41.7 seconds left, third quarter. The snap, and here's a big gaping hole. My gosh, and two missed tackles.
He's hitting to the outside, and that's
that's going to be a penalty flag.
That's going to be
a
horse collar.
Yeah, so that takes what was a about 30-yard gain. You're going to tack on 15 more for Sammy Bryant, and Bryant had a huge hole and then busted through a missed tackle. And hey, momentum train has changed stations.
Yeah, we're Caruthersville's coming up now. It's at a big horse collar penalty, so that's going to be at the spot of the foul. And it's going to be a 15-yard penalty, so we're going to bump them up. So they're in great field position now. And the only thing I can think of on that last penalty is a sideline warning. So was that on Kennett? They called that on Kennett last time, right?
No, that was on Caruthersville.
So a coach or a player got in the way of the official, so they called the sideline warning on that. The referee kind of did a little low. I'm used to the arms being straight out and kind of going back, but nonetheless, it's a sideline warning.
Okay, that makes sense. And so now Caruthersville is driving. Now they're at the 12-yard line of Kennett, and they're going to hand it off right up the middle, and Bryant's going to reach out, and he is going to.
Are they going to call him short?
I believe it's going to say his knee is down on the one. But that may be a first down.
They're stopping the clock, so either first down or they're going to measure it, but they're going to call him short of that end zone.
Well, they have not stopped the clock over here yet, as it is still rolling. And
they called for a stop clock. They called for the stop the clock because it was a first down. It was a first down, so the clock should have stopped. The clock should have stopped. It stops, and they reset, and they go back. So we were right. So
well, here we go. We're going to be going into the fourth quarter. Caruthersville leading 26-24. We'll be back in just a second on A-Court.
My name is Kevin Rossville. I'm a farmer from Prairie County, Arkansas. Been farming since 1991. Started farming with my father-in-law when I got married. We've been raising rice ever since. We've all been looking for something for a change for years. And I think this 263L is going to be the next and up-and-coming thing for us. It's really going to work well on a lot of different ground and a lot of different farms around here.
Dynagro 263L, available exclusively at Nutrient Ag Solutions.
SEMO Health Network, we strive to provide caring and affordable health care while making our patients feel welcome in our warm and friendly atmosphere. With locations throughout Southeast Missouri, we provide medical, dental, OB, and behavioral health services to anyone and everyone that may need it. Visit SEMO Health Network for your wellness exams, COVID and flu vaccinations, lab services, dental exams, counseling, and more. For more information, visit our website and let SEMO Health Network take care of you.
Hey, welcome back to Metz Cherry Stadium. Matthew Poole here with Corey Sisk, and we've been watching a really entertaining, fun football game. Caruthersville Tigers up 26-24 on the Kennett Indians, and they are knocking on the door here. They are first and goal at the 1 to try to extend this lead.
This is definitely a momentum changer. The horse collar put them in great field position.
The handoff is to Bryant, and
he's going to be in.
Yeah, he waltzed into the end zone, and a lot of momentum change in the last 2 or 3 minutes, felt like.
Yeah, that's 32-24 ball games. Caruthersville's come out, definitely increased the lead. It's still anybody's ball game at this point. But we've had some fun football, and like I said, I feel like we played a whole game just the first half alone, and I'm starting to feel like we've had 2 games of football here. I got a final from Donovan. It's going to be 56-0, New Madrid County Central in the final on that one. Into the third quarter, Dexter is leading Eastbury 49-18.
And that's a big extra point there. Jermaine Caruthers makes it a two-possession or two-score game, making that extra point. And we talked about the 2-point conversions that Kennett has missed. And right here, it makes it now a two-score game.
We would have a 1-point ball game had they gotten those 4 2-point conversions for 8 points. We'd have a 1-point ball game.
As it is, Caruthersville extends the lead to 33-24. And, you know, we think about it, you know, Kennett's really only had one offensive drive this half, and it ended up with no points. Their only score coming on the touchdown or the kickoff return.
That's right.
So
and almost another one. The following kickoff was almost another one.
Yeah, so if they kick it to Dismukes this time, they have made a mistake.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm looking for it to be kicked to the east side of the field. Dismukes being on the near side here on the hash mark at the 10-yard line. Can't tell who that.
I think it's Pittman.
I believe it's Pittman, which he's dangerous, as we've seen all night long, too.
Yeah, I would be afraid to give any one of those two a ball when the game's on the line.
You know, we talked about extra points and things, but Jermaine Caruthers has been a pretty crucial part of this game with his extra point kicks. He's kind of one of the difference makers.
He definitely has a good solid foot on him. Kick. He can kick the deep ball. He can squib it.
This returns by Henson, and boy, that's a nice tackle to number 5. That was Caruthers.
That's the kicker, and we got a penalty on the field.
That was Colin Henson on the return. Henson is the one who had the big return against Sykeston that set up the win last week. Not as much success on that one, and this penalty, if it goes against the Indians, they're going to be starting way back. And it's a hold.
Hold on, Kennett.
So Kennett's going to have to march a long ways, and I don't know, they've not really had a big strike offense.
They've not. Still kind of struggle to get that big play going, but they can rip off the big runs for Pittman. Great pass plays. I think that Caruthersville's defense, their defensive backs, is just there every time.
Yeah, so they're going to start the drive at the 21-yard line, and so now you're at this point in the game. Can you continue with the run plays and chew clock, or are you going to get a little more experimental and try to throw some passes?
I think it's time to start pulling some rabbit out of the hat and see what we can come up with.
So they've not started with anything untraditional looking here. Jones has got Pittman behind him. He's got pressure immediately. He's going to dump it out and just miss his target to Pittman. That was pretty good pressure up the middle by Sammy Bryant.
Yes, and Bryant, offense and defense, he's been all over the ball on both sides of the ball, all over the field. Great athletic ball player.
And that was not going to gain a lot of yardage either way because there were 2 or 3 defenders out there. Obviously, you want to try to complete the pass and let the playmakers make a play.
That's
but
right.
In this case, incomplete pass, 2nd and 10. And I'm noticing some body language issues out there now. Kennett seems to – they need a spark play.
They do. They need to find something that's just going to change the momentum of this ball game.
There's a pass in the dirt there. Intended receiver there was Morrison, Jack Morrison. But that ball was thrown at his feet. He had no chance. And that was going to be a short gain, too.
That pass is intended for number 18, Jack Morrison. Incomplete pass.
So now we're 3rd and 10. And those last 2 plays have been pretty shaky.
Yeah. Again, you know, the pass plays, we might not get a whole lot of yardage on them, but we're getting something. I mean, you complete those 2, you're looking at maybe a 3rd and a 6 right now, or 3rd and a 5, but instead we're at a 3rd and 10 with 2 incompletes.
Yeah, 3rd and 10, 3 receivers out wide. Pittman next to the quarterback. They're all out here to the right. And here's a screen pass to Pittman, but that is going to be well played. I mean, a great play by number 23, Trayshawn Mays.
He read that screen perfectly, Matt. I mean, just read it perfectly. As soon as he caught the ball, he was there to meet him.
You know, that went for
1 yard loss.
Yeah, 1 yard loss. And that is, I mean, that's just perfect on defense.
Read it perfectly. Coach Dom's got to be over there excited. He's picked up a little bit of momentum in this half. It's definitely some plays that went his way. Not as many penalties.
Not as many penalties, and I do believe Kennett will punt this ball, although they show, and then they send Pittman out wide, which usually means a punt, but it may not. Let's see what happens.
We got a flag. It's going to be a delay of ball game on Kennett.
Delay of game penalty against Kennett.
4th and 16 now.
Penalty remain 4th down, be 4th down and 16.
And I would now declare this danger zone time for the Indians.
Danger zone. It's definitely danger zone. And if you're a Kennett Indian fan, you've got, at this point, you're wondering if you're going to be able to pull through this ball game.
Do you think Kenny Loggins was a football fan when he wrote danger zone, or do you think it was something else?
He might have just liked to live dangerously.
Well, when I think of danger, I think of Kenny Loggins. And that punt is going to be pretty short, and it's going to get a great bounce, and it will go past midfield to the 46-yard line. So about a 35-yard punt, and we will be back here on A-Court Media in just a few seconds. Okay, Caruthersville takes over here at their own 46-yard line. That's Guest with the direct snap. And this guy, that is Bryant, and he is gone.
Bryant, he's going to walk in, but we do have a penalty flag. We got 2 of them actually.
Yeah, that's probably coming back.
Right in the middle. You've got to think a hold, chop block. You got to think of something.
Or motion.
Right here.
I think it's going to be a motion. And you can even see that Jermonte Alexander is calling it on his own team here.
Got a hold.
Holding penalty.
Or a hold. And, that is sometimes how you break off 54-yard touchdown runs.
That's right.
You're held.
You got held. And, and unfortunately, there's a lot more of that goes on in the ball game than is called.
Penalty, the 10-yard penalty,
But
remain
you
first
can't
down.
catch them all.
First down.
I imagine as an official, you
From the spot of the
probably
foul, the 10-yard penalty for
could throw a
first
flag
down,
every
21.
play.
You could throw one every play. But then again, like your back judge, he may be watching 6 different players just himself, and then you've got the line that the umpire watches. So it's hard to get everything, but if you wanted to throw a flag every play, you could definitely throw a flag every play.
You have a lot of egg on your windshield.
You need a police escort back to the locker room.
Sammy Bryant breaks the tackle and gets about 7 yards back. It'll be 2nd and 13. Broke the first tackle, but going to be a little that's a pretty nice carry on 1st and 20.
It was a really nice carry. Got an injured Indian coming off the field there.
It's Dismukes, the young man who ran the kickoff back for the touchdown.
And 14.
Just a sophomore. He had a really nice basketball season for Kennett as a freshman.
He's just a sophomore, so he's definitely definitely has a lot of maturing to do. However, he is a great athlete.
He is a good athlete. Strong athlete. 2nd and 13. Guest in the shotgun. He is going to, and that's a bobbled ball and that's going to be a tackle for a loss. Yet again, Caleb Duncan. That was the Avion Motton again with the run, and he's actually down and not getting up.
He's definitely slow to get up. Bobbled the pass there, got just hammered. As soon as he did gain possession of it, Kennett was there and hammered him. He is down. I don't know if he's coming off the field.
And 18.
Yeah, he's going to.
Looks like he's going to limp off the field there.
If he is, he's going to do it slowly. I think he's going to stay.
He may stay in.
But that was
he's going to come.
Yeah,
I don't know.
He's going off.
He's coming off. Number 7's coming in for him, it looks like. Jackson Hunter,
the senior. That was about a 5-yard loss again. And now what we got here? We're going to call timeout. That was very slow developing, and the injury kind of threw everything off. So let's stay right here for just a second. It's going to be 3rd and 18, and I think it goes without saying Kennett has to have a stop right now to stay in this game.
They're going to have to. They're going to have to make a big stop and then come back with that big stop with a touchdown and a big offensive play and a drive if they want to come ahead in this ball game or at least close the gap.
Friday is homecoming. Homecoming parade begins at 1:30.
And you said next Friday, you're actually going to be on that call next week at Portageville,
I will
right?
have the play-by-play with Portageville and Charleston next week. You know, it should be a very good ball game. I know Charleston's win record on paper, they're not looking very good, but they're still unpredictable. They're still a good ball club, and they can pull some stuff out and win this ball game. But Portageville, Portageville, New Madrid County Central, they're some of the top teams in this area right now, and they're definitely the teams to watch in their class.
After that, the following Friday will be East Prairie at Malden, and then the following week will be back here at Kennett when Dexter comes to town. And you're talking about two teams and two areas that that rivalry is strong.
I grew up in East Prairie, and East Prairie Charleston's rivalry was huge. Every year it was standing room only. So I can't imagine what it was going to be like here whenever Dexter comes to town.
Yeah, we like to give Dexter trouble, and did he not step out of bounds?
He may have stepped out of bounds.
Well, the line judge is right there, and Sammy Bryant just tiptoed along the line and stayed in bounds, and that was a huge gain on 3rd and 16. Gets all the way to the Kennett 35-yard line.
Broke a tackle there. I thought he went out of bounds. Jarrett did not see it, did not call it. So
he's right there on it.
He's right there on it. I'm up here, and sometimes an aerial view can be deceiving, but he's not going to call him out of bounds, and he's going to be Caruthersville ball with the 1st and 10.
And the clock's winding at 8:27.
On their 35-yard line.
Yeah, and now Kennett's on their heels, and Caruthersville is driving, leading 33-24. There's the snap and the direct handoff.
He breaks another one up the middle.
And Bryant has had a monster second half.
Game. He has really picked up in the absence of Jermonte Alexander has not been as active the second half as he was the first half. But I tell you what, this Sammy Bryant, that's his 3rd touchdown of the half.
I think so, and it extends the lead to 39-24. And Bryant, he has got to be getting close to 150 yards rushing, if not close to 200 yards.
He's got to be getting up there. I'm gonna be excited to read Seymour ball in the morning and just find out exactly what his stats are.
Jermaine Caruthers, again, who's had a nice game kicking, and there's another extra point that's going to be good, and that's going to put it out to a 2-touchdown and two-point conversion lead, 40-24. Caruthersville Tigers leading Kennett. 8:10 left to go. We'll be right back.
At Young Real Estate, we're Southeast Missouri, just like you.
We are parents.
We are teachers.
We are grandparents.
We are active in our community.
We are patriots.
Serving all of Southeast Missouri, and we are here for you.
We are young.
We're back here at Metz Cherry Stadium here on A-Court Media. Corey Sisk and Matthew Poole here calling the game, and it's been a treat to call tonight. I've enjoyed it immensely. Caruthersville has kind of taken over in the second half, leading now 40-24 over the Kennett Indians. 8:10 left to go. And time is getting to be a big factor here now for the Indians.
It is, and if you're, like I said, if you're an Indian fan, you got to be concerned if they're going to be able to pull away with this win.
That was Caden Taylor with the return, and about 7-8 yards on the return. Kennett's going to take over on their own 37-yard line, and we talked about breaking open the bag of tricks. This is Houdini time now.
You've got to. Coach Webster, he's got to dig deep down in that playbook and see if he's got a formation that Caruthersville's not seen tonight, and he's got to. Now's the time you try that stuff. You're down, you've got nothing else to lose. You want to come back and win this ball game. You've got to throw something at them that they have not seen all night.
Kennett 3-0 on the season. Caruthersville 2-1, and looks like we had a late substitution. Dismukes back in the game, lining up at tight end. The white hat referee is raising the roof.
He's going to timeout. It's going to be charged to Kennett, looks like, on this one. I think that may be their second.
Yeah, and again, you're sitting here thinking, well, we've got to preserve timeouts to keep the game going, and this after a change of possession, that's a tough timeout.
That's a tough timeout, and I'm correction on that. It's going to be their first timeout. They're going to have 2 left. Caruthersville has used 2.
So I always laugh about the raising of the roof there, and what exactly is that called?
The one hand. So when he does a one hand raise the roof, it just sets the clock to 25 seconds.
Okay.
2 hands, it sets it back to 40.
Okay. It's important that we know one hand raising the roof.
That's right.
Is that what you learn when you go through your classes? Do they ever say you're raising the roof?
Raising the roof. Well, that's what our crew would always call it. Hey, one hand raise, or raise the roof completely, which you got your 2 hands on it. But yeah, it's just letting the clock know that it goes to 40 or 25.
Gotcha. All right, here we go. Kennett back to pass, and this time the pass is completed to Pittman, and he's got a lot of room, and he's made one cut. And he's going to get caught at about the 20-yard line. About the 15-yard line. They've missed on that connection 2 or 3 times on the screen pass. This time Jones makes an accurate pass, catches him in stride, and then he makes one player miss. And we've talked about Pittman, hard to bring down once he gets going.
And it's almost like he drew Caruthersville to his sideline and just went opposite, which is something kind of different because the other passes he tried, Caruthersville, he kind of threw it into Caruthersville. And that time, there was just no defender over there, and Pittman was wide open.
Yeah, nice design. That's going to be 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line of Caruthersville. Jones is back to pass. He's had a lot of time. He hits Pittman again. Going to be a short gain, maybe about 5 yards on the play down to the 11-yard line. Again, we're gonna watch the clock. We're down to 7:20 in the game. Still plenty of time if Kennett can score quickly.
And we have somebody on the field.
You're not supposed to put a camera on it, but I'm not so sure I've ever seen anybody run out there with a USA flag. And there he goes. He's running through the Caruthersville cheerleaders.
With an American flag.
With an American flag.
And they're hitting him with pom-poms, it looks like, over there.
Again, not the worst thing to happen for a guy to get whooped by the cheerleaders and pom-poms. I don't know that I've ever seen that at a Kennett High School football game.
I don't know if I've ever seen it at a high school game, period.
We've got
still going. It looks like we've got administrators going over there. They've got this game stopped. You've got to, at this point, he's killed, that incident there has killed the momentum or drive of Kennett. It looks like they've got him up and getting him out of here.
And all the police cars are coming, and as the dad of a senior in high school, I am making sure that I look down here and I still make sure my son's over here in the stands. And John Poole, and he is down in the stands watching, and thank God it wasn't him.
Yeah, we've it's like I said, it stopped the game, and Kennett had a good drive going. And that may be a momentum crusher for him. I mean,
this has gone absolutely bananas here. Now we have USA chants coming from the crowd. Usually when you see someone run out there, you go, well, that's crazy, but he's carrying an American flag.
And they're dragging, trying to get him out of here.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's a student or if that's an adult. We've got a flag on the field now, so I don't know what we've got going on here.
And so what do you call here as a penalty? I mean, do you call? I mean, surely this is not going to be a penalty against Kennett for.
I don't know if you can penalize that. It had to be something going on the field that we've missed with the distractions going on over there. Referee Dan Cox is coming over now to talk to Coach Webster, so I guess we'll find out shortly what the penalty is going to be.
I have to say, I've been to a ton of high school football games, and I have never seen that before.
You might get an occasional 3-year-old to get away from a parent and run out there, but I've never seen an intentional student or a fan jump the railings and run across there with the American flag like they're at a Cardinals ball game. I've never, and I've been to a lot of ball games across the state, and I've never seen that.
Now, Corey, I'm doing because you were in the military, and we thank you for your service and your time in that. But I kind of wished you'd have been out there because if I think you would have taken him and I mean, you probably would have been respectful to the American flag. It wouldn't have touched the ground, but I think you would have tackled him.
He definitely drugged that American flag across the ground.
Oh, well, then you would have definitely tackled him.
He, you know, I like school spirit. I like student sections and getting the crowd hyped up, but there comes a certain time when that, you know, and he's going to call another sideline warning here, it looks like, due to interference from probably the crowd and some of the players.
Well, so no harm, no foul as far as yardage or as far as a down or anything of that nature.
No, there shouldn't be any yardage assessed on that.
As we resume play, the second down for Kennett. Second
You
down
know,
and 4.
I like the fact that the students get involved in the games and cheer, but at some point,
hey, you can't do that.
You can't do that.
You can't do that, and
can't do that.
You know, you can't do that for safety. You can't do that to ruin what these kids have worked for all week. So, you know, hopefully he will be taken care of as he needs to be by the authorities. There's a pass out into the flat, and that's going to be caught for a touchdown. Wow, what a catch!
That was a nice pass, nice catch.
That was an over-the-shoulder catch, and let's see if I believe that was your man, Caleb Duncan.
That's Caleb Duncan. He's been everywhere tonight.
On
He's
reception,
been the
number
defensive leader of this ball team.
Caleb
Almost had a
Duncan.
touchdown in the end zone in the first half. Was about a yard short, and they reconnected, and he got him one tonight. So.
I'll just say this, Caleb's had a tough last couple of days, and we're so proud for him to get that touchdown, and in a very remarkable fashion, too. And that cuts the lead to 40-30. Here's a must. They have to get this 2-point conversion just to cut it down to a one-score game, and so far Kennett has had no luck with their 2-point conversions.
They have not, and you know, two big pass plays got them to where they're at, so we've got to think. We can't help but think that they're going to convert here.
The handoff is to Pittman. He's coming out wide to the right. He has got blockers, and he is in.
He's got it.
And that cuts the lead to 40-32. We have 6:59, and just when you think Kennett is out of it, they're back in it.
We're back to a ball game. We are back to a ball game. A big defensive stand, and they have another offensive drive like they just had, and we might have overtime.
Might have overtime. Guys, we'll be back in just a second. And we're back at Metz Cherry Stadium. Matthew Poole, Corey Sisk next to me, and we have I've not called a game with Corey. Matter of fact, I've not met Corey until just before the game. And good luck charm, because we have seen a fantastic football game. I've enjoyed it just unbelievably, and we still got a ways to go here as Kennett kicks it off down 40-32 to Caruthersville. And Caruthersville is returning the kick, and the first player is missed the tackle, and he is still on his feet, and he is going to get all the way down to the 37-yard line of Kennett. I believe that was Abion Motton.
That's Motton. You know, that's another name we've mentioned tonight. He's been great on defense, great on offense, just all around. We've seen some good football from both teams, great athletes on both teams. Couldn't ask for a more evenly matched contest than we're having here tonight.
Yeah, good game, and you know, so now we know Kennett has got to make a defensive stop here. Time will be running out if they give up another score. But they've got to have a little momentum back now.
They've got to have the momentum. Definitely got to have the momentum back. You got to be coming into this defensive drive fired up from the touchdown. Their fellow student fired them up.
Here's the handoff, and this is going to be a tackle for loss again by Duncan. That's Bryant, who was bottled up. He actually did not go down, but they blew the whistle after about a 1-yard loss, 2nd and 11.
Bryant on that tackle for Kennett, number 23.
Kennett gets a big good defensive stand here, gets the ball back, scores. Nonetheless, they're in this ball game.
Yeah, Caruthersville will be in 4-down territory here no matter what, and that's the advantage of having the big kickoff return. There won't be any question. They'll be going for it. So that gives them some flexibility on these calls. Of course, they pretty well run all day, all night long, running plays. Brian again in the backfield, and he takes the handoff, and he is not brought down at first, but he is eventually met up by the Kennett defenders. Again, about a 1 yard loss.
About a 1 yard loss on that. Looks like Guest was taking a snap on that one.
Yeah.
Kennett has figured them out. At least it appears that way on this drive, but they have figured their run game out.
Well, again, momentum carries. The last drive, Kennett looked a little dead, for lack of better words.
They did.
Score the touchdown. They're fired up again, and now we're looking at 3rd and 12. But, boy, it seems like Caruthersville has converted a bunch of long third down plays.
Third down has definitely been their forte tonight.
Here comes and here comes Alexander in motion. But, hey, there's a lot of defenders, and he is going to be knocked out of bounds again for a loss. That was a sweep left, one of those toss pitch pass plays. And so every play has been a negative play on this drive.
You're looking at 4th and about 17 now.
And not only that, but he goes out of bounds, stopping the clock.
That's right.
That was a big play all the way around. And so, Kennett needs one more stop. And now you could go, do they punt and make a long field?
Yeah, it's one of them situations to where you definitely got some thinking to do.
Well, you see Jared Hodgins in, and
he's
Hudgens, and we've not seen him in the backfield. So this looks like a punt play on 4th and 15.
Yeah, the White Hat's given the snapper protection signal, so we're definitely got a punt.
He bobbles the ball, and that is going to be a really short punt, only about 15 yards maybe, and Kennett will take over at its own 29-yard line.
And Hudgens is definitely not happy with the blocking that his offensive lineman gave him, as he's out there like he was ripping him a new one a little bit.
He also didn't catch the snap either.
He bobbled the snap, but short kick. Kennett's at their own 30-yard line right now, 29-yard line now.
Yeah, let's set the scene here. 5:14, Caruthersville 40, Kennett 32. We're at the Kennett 29-yard line. 4th quarter here at Kennett. This is going to be the drive, I believe, that will decide the game. DJ Jones back, and he is back to pass, and he's got Pittman out in the flat, but he's going to go deeper, and he overthrows Duncan. That was a pretty tight window to throw that to.
Caruthersville had good coverage on that. Of course, Duncan ran a great route. Jones made a great throw. They just couldn't connect.
Yeah, that would have been a pretty high-level throw to make that completion. I kind of thought he would hit Pittman on the screen pass. That looked to have a little more of a chance, but I like taking the chance down the field when you on 1st down especially.
He took the chance with Duncan last drive, and it paid off for him.
2nd and 10, 5:07 left to go. Kennett would have 2 timeouts left. Not really a clock issue on this drive necessarily. 6 seconds on the play clock. Got a bunch formation here. They've got 3 seconds, and now Jones breaks out to the right, and he throws a screen pass to, well, not really a screen pass, but just a short dump-off pass to Morrison. Short gain.
He's going to be brought down by a slew of Tigers.
Yeah, number 77 there, Ridge McGraw, 55.
50.
Oscar Dominguez and Jermaine Crothers, the kind of the unsung hero of the game tonight, the kicker. And I would say this is 4-down territory, regardless of where they're at.
4-down territory. If you get that, they don't convert here. You get the 4th down. Do you go for it? Do you punt it and try to take a defensive stand again?
I think you go for it here on 3rd and 8. Unless you get a backwards play. So we've got Pittman in the backfield, 2 receivers left, 1 receiver right. He's looking left. Now he's scrambling out. He's got a wide open receiver. That's Duncan, and he is going to get down to the 40, to the 35, and he's going to be brought down at the 31-yard line. And that was a really nice play by the quarterback and receiver.
That was a wind in the sails of the Indians that they desperately needed.
Jones was looking left, and then at the last second, and first of all, let's give the offensive line credit. He had a lot of time.
They held their own on that front, and they just let Jones stand. He could have stood back there for at least a half second.
Yeah.
He had plenty of time. There was no signs, no indication of any type of rush. That offensive line was not letting that defensive line through.
Got 4 minutes left, just over 4 minutes left to go in the game. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Jones, quick out to number 12. That's going to be Spencer Potts, and Potts is going to gain about 3 yards.
On the reception, number 12, Spencer
Clock's
Potts.
ticking down to about 4 minutes now left in the game.
Yeah. Folks, we've got a barn burner here on A-Court Media this week.
Take about 3 on the play, pick up a 2nd down and 7.
2nd and 7. Going to have Pittman in the backfield lined up right next to Jones. 3 receivers to the right. Got a tight end on the left-hand side. Now Pittman moves over to the left of Jones. Here's the snap, and it's going to be a keeper, and he's got a lot of room, but that was covered up pretty quick by Caruthersville.
They realized he kept the ball, and they came around that corner and forced him to cut it up the middle.
Yeah. When he first faked it and took off, it looked like there was a gap, and he ends up gaining about 4 yards to make it about 3rd and 3 or 4 there. But nice job by Caruthersville's defense.
Absolutely.
We're now to 3:03 on the clock.
Which is really had been a display of how good both defenses are for both of these teams tonight.
And when you say good, you say, well, how could that be 72 points? Well, I mean, explosive plays happen, but overall it's been a well-defended game. This is going to be a handoff to Pittman, and he is going to be bottled up and going to be short.
I don't know if he gained anything on that. Looks like they're going to be 4th and about the same.
Yeah, they may give him a yard.
I think they moved it a yard.
So that's going to be 4th and a long 2, maybe 3 yards. And that's going to cause Kennett to call a timeout, and we will be back in just a second.
Julep, julep, julep.
If Moreland's not on the back of your vehicle, you paid too much.
All right, we're back, and this is going to be the play of the game. 4th and 4. Kennett Indians at the Caruthersville 25-yard line. They have called timeout, and that just leaves them with 1 timeout left. Be interesting to see what Coach Webster draws up here. I mean, they've got to get the first down.
Would like to remind you on your way out of the stadium tonight.
So it's going to be a very interesting call to see what he does.
Help keep our stadium clean.
Yeah, Coach Webster's coached a great ball game tonight. These kids has played a great ball game, and it comes down to this: 2:42 left in the 4th quarter. 40-32, Caruthersville Tigers on top of Kennett Indians.
So they got a pretty bunched up formation. That's going to be Morrison and Potts. That's going to flank Jones, and Pittman's in the backfield. No receivers, so we'll have to see what they call here. And the pitch is to Pittman, and he's got blockers, and he is going to be short.
It's going to be he's going to be about a yard short.
And that's a really conservative call on 4th and 4.
Yeah, I think it's just one of those ones that this run game we ripped this off a couple times tonight. Let's give it to Pittman. Let's see what we can do. And unfortunately, it did not work out in Kennett or Coach Webster's favor.
Yeah. So turnover on downs, and Caruthersville will take the ball over with 2:35 left to go. Kennett will have 1 timeout remaining. And really, we're about 1 first down away from this being ball game. I'm sorry.
Coach Webster is not happy about something going on the sideline over there.
23-yard line.
Mention one more time, we would want to give a big thank you to our game sponsor for tonight's game, Farm Credit Southeast Missouri, serving the farmers of the area since 1917. Farm Credit, your ag lender, we will always be there. And speaking of getting there,
on the carry, number 10,
that was Motton for about a 6-yard gain, right up the middle. 2:24 left to go.
Brought down by number 52.
Second down.
Austin Gaddis.
Austin Gaddis.
Man with the hair.
The man with the hair.
Yeah. Did you ever have hair like that?
My hair just got curly and it just grew up on top of my head and looked like a bunch of spiders was having a meeting up there. I never could grow it real long like that.
I just wanted hair. Here's a handoff right up the middle, and boy, that's going to be a first down.
Helmet came off.
I believe that was
on the carry,
Alex.
3,
no, that was Brian again with the carry, and that's going to pretty well ice this game down for the
The
first down carry.
For Caruthersville, 1st and 10 from their own
Very hard fought ball game
6-yard line.
by Kennett Indians. Very good played ball game by both teams. Definitely nothing to hang their heads over on this one.
Yeah, this is one that, you go to the drawing board and you have a lot of positives for both teams. Certainly Caruthersville. I mean, this second half, they've owned, really. It's been their quarter, their half, I'm sorry.
They came out the second half, more discipline, less penalties.
Big difference, yeah.
Big
way
difference.
less penalties.
Way big difference.
Yeah. There's a snap, man. Now they were called timeout. I thought, now you jinxed them.
And they're going to use their last timeout.
1:18 left to go. We might as well stay here and let's talk about what's coming up next week on volleyball and football for A-Corp.
So Monday, September 18th, Advance and Gideon. That's, of course, your volleyball schedule. And then Tuesday, September the 19th, that's Caruthersville. They're going to travel to Portageville. Wednesday, the 20th, Dexter's going to travel to Saxton. Tuesday, September 26th, you got Advance and Dexter. Of course, that I kind of went over into another week there. And then as far as our football schedule next week, like I said, I'm going to have the play-by-play in Portageville as they host the Charleston Blue Jays. And
then the following week, East Prairie at Malden. And then in 3 weeks, Dexter will be here at Kennett. And it'll be interesting to see by that time of the season where those teams are. Dexter is certainly off to a really, really nice start this season.
Yeah, Coach Jamerson, like I said, I know him very well. He's little side note, he's actually married to my cousin, but he was my high school football coach. So Chad has a rich history of success and winning, and he's going to bring that to Dexter program, and he's off to a great start this season. We got a flag on the play.
Yeah, that's going to be grabbing around the horse collar.
Maybe a horse collar or face mask. We got an injured Kennett Indian on the field.
And we don't want to see that this late in the game when it looks like the outcome has been reached. We're going to take a real quick break. We'll be back in just a second.
Cameron Bunting Parker, Missouri State Representative, District 150, Dunklin, Pemiscot, and Butler County.
Injured player was Jared Yates, a defensive lineman for Kennett. Hopefully he'll be all right, but he had to be helped off the field. And so that we'll recap here. 1:13 left in the game. Kennett still has one timeout, but it is 1st and 10. I believe Caruthersville can just about run the clock out. They got the necessary first down.
They've used their last timeout.
As a personal foul penalty, 15-yard penalty marked off against Kennett.
Well, and that probably will seal the deal altogether for a personal foul penalty.
I think they called a horse collar. I didn't catch the white hat signal on that, but from up here where we're at, it looked like either a horse collar or a face mask.
I think so, yeah. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the Kennett 44, and I think this is just about ball game for the Caruthersville Tigers. And hey, they've put on a really nice show tonight. They're going to hand it off to Alexander, who is tackled for a loss, about a 3-yard loss. We're under a minute now.
Carry number 8, Jamonte Alexander.
They're just going to let this clock run. And unless Coach Webster burns his last time out, I don't see the clock stopping.
I don't either. Corey, I've really enjoyed calling this game with you tonight. Good to get to meet you, and I hope we get to do this again.
Oh, it's been fun, Matt. Like I said, like you said, we didn't know each other prior to this broadcast, but I think we've clicked really well. I think we've gave the A-Corps viewers a great broadcast for an even better football game. And I look forward and hopefully we got many more.
I do too. Here's the snap here on 2nd down. I think he is going to go ahead and hand it off. And the Kennett players.
On the carry, number 3, Stanley Bryant.
They're not quitting at all. That was a big tackle there by Jack Morrison. But that is Kennett has called a timeout.
They used their last timeout.
This timeout charged to Kennett.
8.9 seconds.
The celebration started, and then Coach Webster said, watch this, timeout.
Yeah, so that could be a little gamesmanship there. Caruthersville still calling plays, and Kennett probably thinking the kneel was coming, and so they call timeout. It's going to be for naught because once this snap is made, the game's over.
That's right.
I'll tell you another game that I'd be interested to hear the score would be Cape Central and Poplar Bluff.
Yeah, that should be a very interesting ball game. Kent Gibbs is head coach there now, had been for a few years, and he's kind of started out with a little struggle on it, but he's really turned that program back to where Cape Central should be. And Poplar Bluff, I had the privilege of doing a couple of their games last year. Very physical, very good, and very athletic ball team.
Kennett will play at Poplar Bluff on the 13th of October, and then they'll follow that up with a game at Valley Catholic. So that's a pretty tough finish to the schedule.
That is. And, and last year I had the Poplar Bluff and Jackson game, season opener, and you talking about a barn burner. It was a good football game.
Well, folks, we have a final. Caruthersville Tigers defeat Kennett 40-32, and we're going to take a short break, and we'll come back and recap this in just a second.
Does your business need literally anything? When we founded CNS Cleaning Supply, our goal was simple. Become a one-stop shop for anything and everything your operation might want. From car care to condiments, mops to markers, soaps to staplers, and everything in between. Which is a lot. CNS has got you covered. Give Delane Beckwith a call at 573-217-0104 or visit cscleaningsupply.com to get set up with, well, literally everything. Tell them Delane sent you.
Matthew Poole with Corey Sisk. We've seen a really good high school football game tonight. Two teams giving it their all. Caruthersville Tigers come out the victors 40-32 over the Kennett Indians, improving their record to 3-1 while giving Kennett their at New Madrid County Central. And I have to say, I would be looking forward to hearing that score.
Yeah, Coach Fullart's going to have his boys ready at New Madrid County Central. Come off of a big win tonight at Donovan, 56-0. New Madrid's a tough team to play at your place. They're really tough when you play them at their place.
Absolutely.
So they're going into going to be a hard-fought ball game, but not a team that they could be taken lightly.
In the meanwhile, Kennett will host East Prairie next week at homecoming, and East Prairie took it on the chin tonight at Dexter. Last we heard it was 56-18.
56-18.
With 5 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter, but we know East Prairie is well coached, and we know they're going to be a really solid team. And so I look for that to be an interesting game as well.
Yeah, Coach Stalker came in last year, took over the program. I graduated with David. He was a good football player in high school, very football smart. So while he's struggling this year, he has made drastic improvements to the program, and I look forward to see what he's going to do in the next couple of years.
Well, let's talk about what's coming up on A Corp Sports. A Corp Sports is proud to bring you a full schedule of high school football and volleyball this fall. We are wrapping up a very busy week with 3 volleyball matches and tonight's football game. Next week, A Corp Sports will again have a full week of high school sports. On Monday, the 18th, we will be at Gideon for volleyball as the Bulldogs host the defending Class 1 state champion Hornets of Advance. On Tuesday, the 19th, we will travel to Portageville where the high-flying Bulldogs volleyball team will host the Caruthersville Tigers. And on Wednesday, the 20th, we will be in Soxton for volleyball action between Soxton and Dexter. Next Friday, the 22nd, as Corey has alluded to, we will have live football action from Portageville as the powerful and indeed powerful Bulldogs host the Charleston Blue Jays. As you can see, we've got some great games on the schedule. Be sure to join us all for all the action right here on A Corp Sports. And Corey, just to wrap it up, good game, really good game, competitive game. First of all, let's talk about what a beautiful night it was.
It's a great night for football. Probably the best Friday night we've had all year so far.
Yeah, it was 1,002 degrees the first week, and then I don't know.
They call the Devil's Kitchen.
The Devil's Kitchen, yes. Anyway, tonight was what I'd call just your classic football night, and we were treated with a good game, and it's been a pleasure doing this. And Hey, we will see you guys on the volleyball court next week, and then hopefully you'll have a good football broadcast next week.
I'll see you guys in Portageville, like I said, as the Bulldogs take on Charleston. The Bulldogs coming off a win over Scott City tonight, 56-32. Charleston, of course, they played their game yesterday, and they're coming off of a loss to Kelly, which is a 34-6 loss. But don't look at the records. It should be a very good ball game, as we would call a barn burner. It has been in years past, and I don't expect anything different on Friday night. But nonetheless, tune in, and I'll see you guys Friday night.
All right, so on behalf of Corey Sisk and A Corp Sports, my name is Matthew Poole. We have really enjoyed this evening, and we will see you starting Monday on the volleyball courts, and we will be with you all week next week. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you then.